Hey everybody, this is Nacho and I'm going to do a tutorial, and this might be my first real tutorial, so bear with me if I'm sloppy. I've had a picture on Instagram or a video I should say, that's become very popular and a lot of people are requesting a tutorial. So here it is. I hope it doesn't suck. We're going to start in Fusion because basically it's the Fusion people who are asking me how I did this on the Fusion. And I imported the file, which I'm sure you Fusion guys know how to do, and now we have it. And you'll see it's that equirectangular, useless picture. Well, we're going to go in overcapture. Once we go into overcapture, and I did adjust this all up to get it centered. This is take 100 or something stupid like that, so bear with me. We adjust it so we have ourselves a little tiny planet. And if you can see now, Joni is doing her handstand. Now, Joni originally was in a yoga position on the floor. She was in downward dog. Her feet and her hands were on the ground, her butt was up in the air, and the camera is basically underneath her belly button. And when you make a tiny planet out of it, this is what you get. Okay? Now in the video on Instagram, you'll see it rotates, but we won't be doing that here. What we do here is we center her, we tiny planet, we make sure that when we yaw, she's pretty much stays in the center, so we've centered her good. Now, if it was just going to be a picture, I would zoom in and get rid of all that wasted area on the sides. But we're going to do a video that rotates, so we need to make sure there's enough area not to be cut off when we do the animation. So from here in Fusion Studios, you're done. We'll add it to render, and we would render it. We're not going to because I have it rendered already. And then we'd go, for now, for me, to Final Cut Pro. Now, the original Joni video was actually done in LumaFusion. It was all done on the mobile, but I can do that tutorial if people subscribe and request it. I will gladly do that tutorial because it was very easy. I don't mind doing it, but it's basically, if you know how to use LumaFusion, you should be able to change the angle and use keyframes. Okay, so here's Joni upside down as usual. I've already started this Joni tutorial, and because like I said, this is like take 100, and I'm just repeating myself at this point. And here we have her, and you'll see that she moves around. I'll make it a full screen, you can see her. And you'll hear everybody's talking in the background because we're at work. And Joni's shaking her head, making noise, blowing a big kiss. She's a sweet girl. Alright, let's get out of here. Now, we are going to do this with keyframes. Keyframes, for a layman's term, to just explain it, is you're going to set little settings at certain locations. I'm sure somebody could explain this better. And this is how you do it in Final Cut Pro. We're going to start at the beginning. Just get to the beginning of the slide, and there we go. Now, yeah, that's the beginning of the thing. We're going to go to Transform. I'm going to show the Transform settings. And I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to scale it up, because now Joni gets zoomed in on, because when she spins, nothing gets cut off. See how it just stays? So this is the beginning. Now let me just get rid of that, put it back to the way it was. Okay, so we zoomed in. She's good. This is where she begins. Since I originally did it, I found a much easier way of doing this. It's a short video. We're going to have her rotate once. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go to the end of the frame. Well, not that far because she fell. Let's figure out where we want it to end. Although the falling, I almost left it in because it was actually quite entertaining. Okay, so this is where we'll end it. 8 seconds. Exactly. Her mouth's wide open right after she blows the kiss. Oops. So we will cut it and leave it there, just because this is just a quick show. All right, so here we have our clip. Now we have it zoomed in, and now we're going to keyframe the first frame. Oh, actually, we didn't keyframe it. We marked it there, but we're going to start with keyframing the rotation in the beginning. Let's get it so that the thing pop. Okay, that's the first frame. I'm keyframing it there, and luckily this is on 0 because we set it up nice. Right now, 0 degrees. Now, if I watch this clip to the end, and stop it at the last frame, we can simply, and this is simply, change the percentage to how many times we want it to spin. 360 degrees would be 1 spin. 720 would be 2 spins. Let's just make it 1 spin for now. Okay, so now when I play the clip, she's spinning. Now, the actual video, I thought she spun more, but she really only spun once. It's just that it starts again. And it was that simple. 2 keyframes will get it spinning. Now, the rest of the video editing, I mean, that's it. You have your spinning. Now, if you wanted her to spin the other way, you can go to the last keyframe, and you can change it to a -360. Okay, and now when we play it, she spins the other way, I think. But you get the drift. Good. Now, my finishing touches on Joni's video were I changed the speed. I highlighted it and I made it twice as fast because I didn't want, I don't know, I like it fast. It's funnier looking. So actually it was 4x. Now that I see it, or actually it might have been 3x because I did it on LumaFusion. Yeah, it was 3x on LumaFusion, but 3x isn't available here, I don't think. But here you go. That's, in a nutshell, it's that simple. It's just using keyframes and setting the rotation. Now, I knew I was going to do this, so I made sure back in Fusion Studios to give myself that little bit of extra that I needed. But, you know, a little planning goes a long way. I've done this with other videos. This is funny. This is easy, and you can literally do it on your phone if you have a decent video editing software on it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Please subscribe. Not that I ever wanted to be a YouTuber, but it's nice to know people are enjoying the work you're doing. It makes you want to do more. All right, thank you, and ask away.